Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. You know me, I'm Tom. Here in my office at the control center, and I want to hit on two topics today. First off, I did finish that interior paint job and the roof repair, ceiling repair on this house I've been working on for several days. And then I got a phone call and an email today, and that's the topic of this conversation. There's actually two parts to this, okay? So just briefly, I want to jump into my YouTube channel and see what the current count is, okay? But before we start, you know what time it is, Beer 30? Oh.
That was easy.
All right, let's get right into it. There's YouTube. And it jumps right into my Mr. Fix-All. I know the camera's a little bit far away, but anyway, I got 9 comments I haven't answered, 17,090 subscribers, and 3,541,051 views, okay? Now, what I want to express to you about my channel, I can go into the analytics and show you the kind of money I make and everything, but that's not the topic of this conversation. What I wanted to do, on the left side of the screen over here is the amount of people that channels that I'm subscribed to, and there's quite a few. I mean, I'm just going to pretty much go from the top list. I'm not going to read them all, but just to give you a general idea, the Grand Sound Motor Trend, Fly Fish TV, Let's Dig 18, he's a good guy, love his channel, Ginger Metal Band, Luma Acres, Hook, Line, and Chill, M&M Millennial Farms, Nigel John Stratford, Red Poppy Ranch, Movie Clips, DJ Pure Dirt, V Belt and Son, the Barbecue Pit Boys, Stablecraft, Elite Earthworks, Fender, and there's at least 70 more that I watch, channels I watch on a daily basis. Now, also too, I have my favorite music in here, which is of course right in here. So I've got my channel, all the different videos that I do, and plus there's 500 more. Now, this YouTube, I found out YouTube will only hold so many in registry videos that you've got in registry when you go scanning through. So right now they're only showing me 550 videos. I've got 920. But that's okay. Let's get down to the topic of something that kind of happened today, and it's been actually happening over a period of a few years. At the hospital, what's going on is that that's home and my channel. Okay, what's going on is years ago I used to do regular maintenance out on the property, power washing, the tunnel, the Christmas lights, and just various of other jobs out there, and it was just on contract. They allowed me X amount of dollars to spend per year. Then of course they changed their corporate contracts and they went to centralized bidding, okay? The centralized bidding is where really everything got kind of fouled up because they have one guy, he's a comptroller, basically one of the head guys there, and he dictates who gets contracts. And they want contracts throughout the entire hospital system, which I think they've got 8 buildings spread out throughout the city. And of course in different parts, different counties too. Well, part of the requirement for building maintenance and contracts is that, and I've said this on many videos before, that they have to keep a certain level of cleanliness. The sidewalk video that I did, this one here, power washing business, new machine, the deal I got on a new power washer. Everything turned out fine. I got the thumbs up and they processed the PO. Now, that was somewhat of a test, and I'll tell you what the test was. Here's part 1. What's going on is that there is another company, and I won't tell you who they are, who's much larger than me, okay, that has the window cleaning business They have a window cleaning business for all WakeMed, okay? And they signed the contract through centralized bidding. Part of their duties is power washing. So technically, they bumped me out, okay? Now, here's the problem. Here's what happened. They said, here's what we'll do, the scope of services, okay, that they'll perform at every single one of the hospitals. Their primary thing is window cleaning. That's their thing. So the power washing was always in there. They used that as an in, all right? Now, each building, each facility has a different requirement and a different need. So the Cary facility is very specialized. It's very different from all the other campuses because it's the oldest, right? Outside of the main campus, it's the second oldest building in their system. So they got the contract. It basically bumped me out. I got bumped out for almost a year, almost 2 years. None of my contracts were renewed. So I lost that contract for a couple of years. So I bitched and complained, but I said, you know what? So be it. I'm only one guy. And when inspection time comes around, all their buildings gets they get inspected. Like pretty much every municipal building, every government building, you know, it's just a part of a process. You know, they check for integrity, structural, cleanliness, and yada yada yada. You know where I'm going with that. They look for problems, okay? Being that this particular hospital happens to be Premier Birthing Center, they have a higher echelon of requirements because of that birthing center. It's very, very important, very, very crucial. But they got one of the old buildings, and all the stone is white. You know, it's a white building. So after a while, all this brick turns black, especially from all the pine trees. So here's the moral of this one part of the story, is that this company, who has all the contracts for all their buildings, they're not doing their job. They're not fulfilling the contract that they said they were going to do. So really what they're doing is just going out and cleaning a bunch of windows on all these buildings, and they're charging all this freaking money to do this work. But they're not doing no power washing at all. So they just dropped the ball on that side of it. So what happened is I keep always going in there, showing my face, saying, hey, this part of the building looks like crap, the parking deck looks like crap, this looks like crap, this looks like crap. You know, when are you going to put up the Christmas lights? You know, I just basically harass them to death. Well, starting last year, I started getting basically a few small jobs, okay? Then it started turning into more jobs. I got the Christmas lights back. I've uploaded those videos. I've actually explained this topic before to you guys, and a lot of you guys have already commented on these videos, okay? Now, the whole process of what I went through. So, here's what happened today. They had a major inspection from the Vice President of Facility Services, okay? The guy who hands out the contracts. His first name happens to be Thomas. Well, I get an email, and this is unusual because I don't see these emails. I get a group email from not only the Vice President, the Head Director of Maintenance, the Supervisor, and the Ground Supervising Engineer. All group email sent to me over the last couple of days, and especially last night and this morning. And what happened is they all had a meeting at the building, and they happened to park in the parking deck, which is scheduled to be power washed this weekend, or excuse me, I retract that statement, cleaned, blown down, trash picked up and cleaned. And they were walking down the staircases, and they were rubbing their hands on the rails, and their hands came up black. Then one of the guys threw away some trash, and his hand went on across the top of the trash cans, and his hand came up solid black. Well, guess what? I haven't power washed the stairwells in over a year. I used to keep that on a regular schedule. They canceled those contracts, okay? So I get the email in saying that I need to go to the hospital today and bid on power washing all of that. Not only cleaning the parking deck, power washing all the stairwells, cleaning all the trash can, power washing the trash cans themselves, and just going through that whole process. And then they said, send your guy. In the email. It actually is in the email. You know? In fact, let's see. Yeah, I just got the approval. Just got the approval right there. And in the email it says here, boom, have your guy do it. Okay? Have your guy do it. So what happened was the head engineer said, well, our guy always does it in an email. He says he always does it, but you guys cancel his contract and cancel his funding. So one thing led to another, and my name started getting dropped around back to this guy named Thomas, who's the Vice President of Facility Services, or the President of Facility Services. I don't know his exact title, but he's one of the big guys. And he goes, okay, how did the sidewalks come out since he did the power washing there? Oh, we were there. We saw him. Now this is Thomas speaking, and his crew of other administrators. Well, apparently this guy does a really good job, because all the berry stains and everything on these sidewalks were gone when we were there yesterday, which was yesterday. Okay? Then they said, well, he's had the contract here for 9 years until you guys went to centralized bidding, and you canceled his contract 2 years ago. And he goes, oh, really? Okay. Well, I went and had a meeting with them today. And guess what they said? I get all my contracts back. They said the original focus was for this one company to handle it all. But this one company can't do it. They can't handle it because he lied in their contract and scope of services, okay? They cannot produce the results that they said that they can handle all facilities, all maintenance needs, window cleaning, power washing, they can't handle it. So, I got all my contracts back. Not only that, they expanded my contract for this weekend, big time. They approved all bids that I submitted on the parking deck. So not only will I be there Saturday morning, I'm going to be there all the way through Sunday, because they added another $1,500 worth of now power washing to the parking deck, which is rare, really rare. Okay, so that's part one of this moral of this story. Okay, so part two is this. Here's the part two. Is that for you guys to, because I've had a lot of you guys ask me, how do I get these type of contracts? The thing you've got to do is you've got to go in to any facility that you see, the large ones, especially the large facilities. You have to get an appointment with engineering, okay? Building maintenance or engineering or housekeeping. Sometimes housekeeping has oversight of these type of things, okay? The cleaning of the buildings and things like that, trash removal, all that. And they're also looking for somebody to pick up all the trash out there, dump all the trash cans, which there are like 50 of them on this property, but that's, you know, Sundays, and it's always night work, you know, so I told them I'm not interested in stuff like that. But the point is that if you can connect with key people, and if you've got the know-how to pull off these type of larger jobs, which really not that hard, they're just a pain in the butt to do. It's an easy contract. But the thing is that be prepared to have these contracts canceled every year. You have to renew. This is the part two. You have to renew these corporate and commercial and industrial contracts every year, because there's so many companies out there trying to bid on them. Okay, they're always undercutting your prices. There are these larger companies that come in that really cannot perform the work. They say they can. They look like they can. They may have all the great reputation in the world, but the bottom line is It's all bullshit. A lot of these bigger companies, a lot of the stuff they say is bullshit. Because when it comes right down to it, there's no oversight. Okay? But they keep sending bills in for $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. I just seen a bid request for $44,000 to clean windows. Think about that. If you have a boom truck, you can go around and bid $40,000, $44,000 just cleaning stupid windows on a building. Okay, that's the moral of the story. So persistence has paid off on my part. Also, doing the job right paid off. And follow-up paid off. And just being there all the time, like all the technicians know me. I have lunch with them. You know, when I go down there, I always pop in around 12 o'clock because I know 8 of these, you know, the technicians there, the certified electricians, plumbers, and all that stuff, they're all going to be eating down at the cafeteria at 12, and I sit with them and hang out like one of the guys. That's, you project that friendliness factor, that common thread and that common bond. They all know your name, they all know your company, we all laugh, we high-five each other and everything like that, and then they get used to you. You're like part of the company. Now, I will say this. This is something that's very, very, very unusual because I've had a few comments from people that don't understand this. This is very, very important information, guys. I'm one guy, okay? One guy. I have a lot of equipment. You guys know I do. I have a lot of equipment, okay? Might not be high-tech this or high-tech that, but when it comes down to it, I got enough equipment to do a lot of various jobs, okay? Especially when it comes to building, maintenance, cleaning, and all that stuff, right? Okay, they've now given me my own permanent parking space for my trailer out there in a secured area because they know that I'm there almost every other weekend. I said, well, can I just park my trailer over here with all my gear in it? Because it's under security cameras and guards and everything like that. Hell, it's more safer out there than it is on the off-grid farm. And they said, sure, just park your shit out there, lock it up, and when you need it, it's there, right? Perfect. Perfect. I love that. So now, to end this video right here is that even though I'm only one guy, the thing with big industrial contracts, remember, industrial, forget commercial, but industrial contracts, they won't hire one guy, okay? Even though you look big, you look like you can handle a lot of stuff, you may have fancy rigs and roll up in big trucks and trailers and all that, even though only one guy is driving a damn truck. The thing is that they look at performance, they look at your price. They say I'm not charging too much. Believe me, I'm charging a lot of money. You have no idea. For what I do, I charge a lot of money for it. But that's besides the point because this is industrial. I'm the cheapest one out there, but I'm only one guy. I don't carry a heavy debt load going into a job site, okay? But here's that moral. As far as WakeMed system, the system-wide, their contracts, I'm the one and only independent S corporation, sole proprietor that has a standing year-round contract with WakeMed. Nobody else has that opportunity or the ability to claim that or say that. So I can actually just let's say brag if I want to brag, but I'm not bragging. I'm just trying to tell you guys, if you use your brain, you can do the same thing I'm pulling off. I'm the only S corporation sole proprietor that has a standing contract at a large industrial company, and no one else has that kind of contract. I've got it though, and it's standing every year. I'm on their books as a contractor. In-house, year-round contract, renewable. You guys have a blessed day. Leave those comments. Hope this information was helpful to you. Remember, this took a long time to develop this concept, but remember, after all these years of doing this business, I figured out there's a lot of things that you really got to grasp. Social media, referral system, people that you know, things that you can pull off, things that you can do. You've got to be a master of all trades and a jack of all trades. You can call it whatever you want to. So leave those comments. It's me at the old command center here with my bad robot, Spirit 30. It was a blessed day. Signed another huge contract that starts this weekend, and it's all because of persistency. Thumbs up, share, like, subscribe, send a link to your friend, and also hit the bell for future notifications. Y'all have a blessed day. Tom out of here.